Hello everyone and welcome to another video, and today we have another follower who sent us some awesome images, this time of the upcoming Range Rover Sport. So we already have seen the all-new Range Rover that has been revealed, kind of reserved design, kind of some similar stuff in the general shape we've seen, but a whole new chassis, new engines, new technology, and new hopes for the Range Rover Sport, because a lot of people have been a little bit controversial on the design of the upcoming new Range Rover, the full-size Range Rover, especially with the kind of new taillights that are in this new vertical position. So what's this new Range Rover Sport going to bring, and what can we kind of tell from these spy images? Let's dive in and figure that out right now. Okay guys, so the upcoming Range Rover Sport, of course, is going to be based on the similar architecture as the all-new Range Rover. And that architecture is going to be their new MLA architecture. Now, this new platform is going to be supporting gas, diesel, partial hybrid emissions vehicles, or PHEVs, as well as a full EV powertrain. Now, BMW and Jaguar Land Rover have been in this weird partnership recently that we've kind of seen they're working on electric technologies together, and specifically with this new Range Rover, we're seeing that they're kind of sharing engines. Now, Land Rover will never admit that this is a BMW engine, which we've kind of seen in their press releases for the all-new Range Rover, but they're using a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 in the all-new Range Rovers, and yeah, we can kind of pretty much know this is a BMW engine. The Inline 6 power plants are still their design, but we are also expecting the upcoming full EV versions to possibly share some electric motors and powertrains with BMWs as well. So that's not confirmed, but this is some rumors that we could be expecting down the road. Now, in terms of this upcoming new Range Rover Sport, let's take a look at these spy images really closely. Again, thank you for our follower for letting us use these. I think they spotted them over in Dubai out testing. I'm guessing it was doing some kind of hot weather testing. This seems to be a lower specification Range Rover Sport, just judging by these smaller wheel sizes. There have been some spied with larger wheels, indicating it's more of like an SVR or SVO version with a higher engine output. This one also does have some significant body cladding on it, as you can see from the side. But looking at the rear, I think this is where a big change is going to be versus the upcoming new Range Rover, the full size that was already unveiled. This one seems to retain the horizontal tail lights. You can clearly see it's being hidden, and you can kind of see it curving around the side body, but it's pretty high mounted, and there seems to be that horizontal tail light that's still preserved here. So I think this might be a little bit more traditional in the kind of tail light design that people were looking for that we kind of no longer have in the all-new Range Rover. So maybe this might be more of a departure of design languages between the bigger Range Rover and its little sibling, the Range Rover Sport, to kind of give them a little bit more of a unique identity. But it's clear from these images that the general shape is going to be pretty much almost like the same as we've seen with the current Range Rover Sport. Other big changes are 100% expected, are probably the new pop-out door handles, as well as that's already started out with the Velar. We're seeing that on the all-new Range Rover, and this is 100% going to have that as well. So I would not expect anything different there. On the front end, we don't really have any good images from these spy shots, but from others we've seen, it looks pretty much like the same updates they did with the all-new bigger Range Rover. So a more neat and tidier grille design, a more kind of tidier bumper design, a little bit more modernized, but nothing too radical. It still has that traditional long horizontal kind of rectangular Range Rover Land Rover grille style, the slimmer LED headlights as well. We'll probably see some new high-tech LED multi-beam technology, probably with laser lights or something going on in the headlights, so we can see something like that. I know the new Range Rover bigger brother has some crazy headlight technology. And also in the spy shot, it looks to be on the hood. They seem to be hiding some kind of vent or maybe some kind of hood bolt or something with kind of a fake piece right there. So there might be some kind of venting or a hood kind of body sculpture line that could be up there as well that they're hiding. And there also seems to be some sort of ventage going on all the way down, right in between the front wheel and the kind of passenger compartment, and that at least seems to be hidden up. I'm not sure if that's a front wheel like arch vent or something that's just there, they kind of stuck on. I'm not really sure, but it could be a vent, so that could be something we could expect as well. Now, going on with the rest of the powertrains, what could we really expect? We're probably going to see similar powertrains in this Range Rover Sport next generation that we're going to be seeing in the all-new Range Rover. So there's a whole wide range that Land Rover Range Rover have unveiled for the new Range Rover that we can kind of dig out from this. So first up, we'll likely see a P400 power plant, which will be a mild hybrid 3-liter inline 6 turbocharger. The turbocharger making around 395 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 times will probably be in the mid to low 5-second range, and of course all-wheel drive as always. This is a Land Rover product. Then we may or may not see the P510e powertrain, which is the new one. So this one has the 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, BMW V8. I'm going to put that in quotes because they're never going to admit that. This one should make around 523 horsepower and around 553 pound-feet of torque. Quicker 0 to 60 time around low to mid 4-second range as well, which should be a little bit more sportier. Not sure if that's going to be in the sort of like an SVR range for this particular model, but we're going to have to see what happens with that. Okay, so the next up are going to be some diesel engines that we're not going to see in North America, but of course some other markets will be getting some diesel powertrains as well. And then is the big one. So they're going to be doing some 2 different PHEV options that the big Range Rover is going to have. Not necessarily sure that the smaller Range Rover is going to specifically have, but if it does come, we'll see these options be one with an inline 6 engine, of course, we saw before, with a 38.2 kilowatt-hour battery pack, up to 50 to 62 miles of EV-only range, which is really, really impressive, actually. And then we're going to have a P510e PHEV powertrain with around 503 horsepower combined. That's pretty impressive. And this is going to be coming all the way down by 2024 for the big Range Rover. This could be coming out even later for the Range Rover Sport, as this one's not even out yet. So maybe 2025, all of those should be unveiled. But for up to 50 to 62 miles of range for pure EV mode on a partial hybrid emission vehicle and a big SUV is pretty impressive. And that is also a very big battery pack for a just a PHEV, not a full EV. So remember, there is going to be a full EV coming. We have no really kind of idea what the specifications are going to be on that. Hopefully at least will be 300 miles of range, but we're probably going to have to see a pretty big battery pack for it to get up to that level. Now this new architecture, the new MLA, I think it's called MLA. There's a lot of MLA architectures. There's a lot of architectures floating around in my head. MLA architecture has a lot of nice stuff in it, a lot of modernized features as well. Even though the bodies may not be super new in terms of their design, the architecture underneath itself is really high tech. So we have new adaptive air suspensions, rear wheel steering. We have 48-volt anti-roll bars. At least in the big Daddy Range Rover, we're going to call it we have up to 35.4 inches of wading depth if you're going to be taking your $100,000 Range Rover into giant lakes. And there will also be 4 different trims offered, at least on the larger Range Rover. The Range Rover Sport likely may have more trims on offer as well. At least on the larger Range Rover, we have that new SV trim that's been unveiled. Not sure that the regular Range Rover Sport's going to have that. We're probably going to see the SVR trim kind of replace that and be the more sporty offering versus the full luxury offering of the SV in the larger Range Rover. And at least in that option, we're going to get crazy stuff like 24-way massaging seats, ceramic controls, nice materials in the interior as well, like a rear picnic tables and stuff. And that's going to be pretty expensive as well. Likely, we will see the new technology from the larger Range Rover carry down over into this Range Rover Sport, though, and that's going to include things like a 13.7-inch digital instrument cluster, a 13.1-inch curved, the new PHEV Pro system with haptic feedback, and out back, we probably will see an option for passengers to have up to 11.4-inch touchscreens, and then all of this stuff is getting things like over-the-air updates. There's new active noise cancellation in the interior, with even noise cancellation in the headrest. I believe they even mentioned new Alexa integration, of course more electronic tailgates and door openings and stuff. There's a lot of stuff coming with these new this new platform, and a lot of this is going to trickle down from the larger Range Rover into this Range Rover Sport as well. So this is just some of the stuff we're going to be expecting from the new Range Rover Sport, and I'm not really sure if there's a date coming out with it. I know someone told me there was a date coming for it. I can't remember off the top of my head. If I do remember, I'll put it down in like the caption right here for you guys. But it shouldn't be coming out that much later than this Range Rover that was just unveiled. As this is a little bit more of a volume seller. It's a little bit cheaper than the full-size Range Rover, especially with this new version. And I will be interested to see a lot of the different trims and offerings that a Range Rover is going to be offering with it. So I just wanted to show you guys this quick spy shots that we got here. Again, thank you to our follower for sending them, and stay tuned for a lot more news, reviews, and discussions about cars on Allcarnews. Thank you again, and stay tuned for more.